All right, docs. When it comes to rehab for the lower back, keep it simple. Low-tech rehab is many times the way to go. One of the best tools to use is a physio ball or a big gym ball. We're going to demonstrate for you today they're called the 7 from Heaven. These 7 exercises have been shown in published studies to be some of the best ones for providing stabilization and stability of the lumbar spine. We want to strengthen the butt, the abs, and the low back muscles, and these exercises do a good job of that. So my intern Colton here is going to demonstrate some of those. So here are the 7 from Heaven. So we start out with a couple of abdominal exercises. Number 1 are just simply curl ups, and so he will demonstrate that for us. So the patient sits on the ball and they roll down, and we don't want them doing full-blown sit-ups, but demonstrate a couple of simple curl ups for us. Simple like that. The more the ball is under their back, the easier it is. In other words, if they roll the ball, well, I shouldn't say, if the ball is rolled way down further and they're laying out further over the ball, it's more challenging. But if the ball is more up in their upper back, it is easier. So start the patient out with easier and then work your way up. 2 or 3 sets of 10 of those is usually what you'd want to do. And then we always move them into side ups, which is just a variation of what Dr. Colton just did there. But in this, we're focusing on the obliques. So they curl up and then a slight little twist each way. Do about 2 or 3 sets of 10 of those. Again, the ball, if it's more down lower in the back, it's a little more challenging, okay? So, and if it's higher up in the back, it's easier. The third one we do is called bird dogs. And this will be a very familiar one to you docs. And simply just laying over the ball, and then we're going to extend the opposite arm and leg, holding it for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then alternating that back and forth. This is one of the most powerful moves. This really works on the buttocks and the erector spinae muscles, the quadratus lumborum, the lats. It gets all these muscles. And this is a great rehab exercise there. The fourth one we teach are short arc extensions. So the patient just lays over the ball. They get their feet up against the wall for stabilization. And they put their hands behind their back, and then they just do, it's like a reverse crunch for the lower back. And the more they are out over the ball, the ball's way back in their waist, it's easier, or I should say harder. But if the ball is way out in front of them more, it gets a little bit easier. A little more support there. So you can vary the intensity for the patient by where the ball is placed at underneath them. Fifthly, we teach wall squats with the ball. And they just simply put the ball in their lower back, and then they just are going to do simple squats. Try to get to about 90 degrees with that. And they just go back and forth with that. Do 2 or 3 sets of 10 of those. If some patients can't go all the way down, so you just ask them to go to what they physically can go. Excellent for stability of the lower back and pelvis. And then we go into lunges. And this they don't necessarily need a ball for. The lunge looks something like that. And you drop that knee down so it touches the floor, and then they alternate back and forth with those, doing 2 or 3 sets of 10 with each leg. Great for stability as well. And then finally, we end up with your classic bridges. This is one of my favorite exercises to teach patients. I love bird dogs and bridges. I think those are some of the best of the best. And a bridge is just, he's just going to raise his pelvis up and down, 2 or 3 sets of 10 of those. If the ball is out under the feet, it's more challenging. If he were to roll the ball up under his knees, it makes it easier. So for a patient that is deconditioned, this is an easier exercise. So for a lot of our decompression patients, this will be a very beneficial, easy to do at-home rehab program with an inexpensive physio ball. The 7 from Heaven is the winning ticket for at-home rehab.